morning to all of you. As it is 14th of May 2021, Class 11th, subject Economics. Our today's topic is frequency polygon. Previously we learned various components of presentation of data. Likewise, we learned about tabular form, graphic method, and other components or attributes of representation. But today's it is somehow different. It is called frequency polygon presentation. First, let us try to define what frequency polygon is. Frequency polygon is a plane bounded by straight lines. Just as in geometrical figures we know about rectangles, squares, and about triangles. Similarly, frequency polygon is a plane. It is a figure but plane bounded by straight lines. Means a figure which is bounded by straight lines, usually 4 or more than 4 lines. But one thing should be noted, that it is closed at the base. These lines are closed at the base by extending it on both sides of the extreme index. Extreme index here means that when we represent the frequency distribution through frequency polygon, we have to take into consideration two things. First thing is that the figure should be a plane one. Secondly, the frequencies should be joined by their midpoints, means the midpoints of the two hypothetical classes should be joined here. But the first thing is that the figure should be a plane one. The second component of it is that it should be joined by the midpoints of the frequency. Midpoints of the frequencies. Here, frequencies are plotted against the midpoints of the class interval, and the points are joined on line segments. Means we have to form the line segment and we have to join the midpoints there. By joining the midpoints, we have to close it from both the index. Then it will give us frequency polygon shape, and that frequency polygon will itself determine or represent the data presentation. Okay, here what we know, that here is a class interval of, for example, a class interval of 150 to 54, 154 to 158, 158 to 162, 162 to, meaning it is a continuous class interval having a gap of 4, but number of children in the first class interval are 10, in the second are 15, in the third are 20, in the fourth class there are 12, and in the last class, that is 166 to 170, we are having 8. Now we have to represent these by means of frequency polygon. What we have to do, we have to represent along the OY axis, we represent frequencies. Along OX axis, we represent the class interval. In the first class interval of 1454 to 158, we are having the frequency number, that's 10. We have to mark a point here, that's 10 here, and then we have to extend it when we proceed to next class. Next class frequency represents 15, and we have to show the 15 here. It means that there occurs an upward lift in the straight lines or in the frequency plane. Thereafter, when we represent the third class, there occurs a heightened. It heightened rather, or it extends, but at the at the left side, it means that there occurs an upward lift in the frequency curve, and this very point is the peak of this very polygon, that is 20 is the peak. Thereafter it goes on receding, means it goes downward, and 8 is the lowest point. By marking the 8th here, but 8 should not be marked only, but it should be closed at the base. Only then we can say that this very curve will represent the frequency polygon of a class, continuous class interval. And this much is enough for today.